Thank you, Mark.
Push you off, right?
Hi, Lorelei. She can't hear us yet. Are we on? Then here's Nicole. Welcome, everybody. I think we're on and we're live. And it's 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I got my little, we're right on time. And welcome, everyone. We're missing Marilyn and John and Mary Ann Peachy. And I know the Peaches are not, they notified me they were not going to, they're out of town. And I'm not sure about Marilyn, so we will wait and see. But we do, 1, 2, 3, 4, we do have a quorum. So we are good to go.
We're all set.
Thank you, everybody. And welcome, Nicole. Hi. Hi. All right. So we're already down to the open meeting law reminder, which is a favorite thing of mine to do all the time to keep ourselves focused on that fact. And Liz always helps us if there's a member in the audience that would, remote audience that would like to be heard from, we will take wind of that and listen to you. So, okay. Announcements, board members. Oh, welcome Sandra. Let me just welcome Sandra Cassell, President of the Friends of the Littleton Council on Aging. And she's going to update us later in a few minutes as to what's going on with them, right? So, okay, announcements, board members. Any announcements? Sue?
Yep, I do have a couple of announcements. One.
Talk into your microphone. There's nothing worse than make sure you're talking into that microphone. I hate it when I can't hear.
Well, I know, but the microphone is.
You can't pull it a little bit closer to you.
The arms aren't long enough. We need lapel mics. We've said that.
Yes, we did say that.
Okay, I have a couple of announcements. One is that tomorrow at 1 o'clock, tomorrow is Tuesday, at 1 o'clock in the Sturts Room at the library, there will be a senior housing roundtable, and it's sponsored by Affordable Housing Trust. And there will be, it's to get some information on affordable housing in town and just housing in general for seniors. I will have more information about that when I do updates. And the other announcement is on the Hager Homestead, which is next door. They're co-housing Hager Homestead. They are in the process now of starting the whole process with the lottery, et cetera, for the deeply affordable units and the under market rate of units. And if you want any more information about Hager Homestead, if you go on the internet to their website, which is Hager Homestead, all one word, .org. You can get information, and there's contact people information on there. And I think that's it. I think that's my announcements.
That's a good announcement.
Two good announcements.
Very nice.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I do have another one.
Okay.
I do have another one. See, I showed you I had too many notes
She's
here.
very organized.
No, I'm not. I've got things written in the margins.
If you could see her notes, she's not organized.
Oh, okay.
She saw them. For the Friendsgiving dinner on Thursday, Nicole and the staff still need some help. I've gotten a lot of responses, but we still need some help for serving and cleanup. And so if board members or anybody,
You have me down for serving, right?
I most certainly do.
Okay. It's kind of,
Yes.
Is there a contact for the Friends for volunteering? Do they get asked to help?
Nicole had some, yeah, they were asked to help.
Okay.
And one person, I got the name for one person who said they would help.
You do such a good job for the board. I was wondering if they had a Sue on theirs.
They need, they need a Sue on their side.
I do need a Sue.
Did Kathy get back to you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, thank you. That's all my announcements.
Those are very important announcements, too.
So you need help for serving at
They
what
need
time?
help for setup and serving. Well, cleanup too is the big one too, but serving, some more for serving.
Okay, and what are the times? Is it
The
midsummer?
dinner setup is at 3, because the dinner is 4 to 6, and so therefore, if they're coming to the dinner, they would be there for cleanup when it ends. And serving, it starts at 4.
Because I can tell you, 3 of us cannot do cleanup.
Right. I knew that. I didn't put you down.
So the help we can do, we can't stay.
I didn't put you down. Cleanup.
Okay.
Team effort. Team effort.
Team effort.
Team effort
I
between the
have.
Friends and the COA board. So
Right.
everybody needs to start saying that and keeping that in their heads. So that's what our goal is, to have it be just transparent, not work to get people to help. So that's our priority. And maybe that'll be a New Year's resolution too, who knows?
Right.
Have to get those
May as well start early,
Practice. That's right.
right?
So, okay. Anything else for announcements? I will take the place of Marilyn, I think it is, who normally talks about the Memory Cafe at the First Baptist Church, which will be happening next Saturday. No,
2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays from now, this Saturday. 2 Saturdays, I think it is. Wait a minute. I will tell you the date.
It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
25th, the Memory Cafe
Yep.
at the First Baptist Church, and also the food pantry, which is right outside the Goldsmith entrance to the church, and you just stop by and pick up what you need. So, just to get that information out to who's ever watching, and share it with others, pass the word. We're good neighbors in Littleton, so. Okay. Do we have anything else that pops into anyone's head? Nope. It's a busy time of the year as we transition into the big holiday season. Okay, then, we will move on to accepting the minutes, and I apologize to all of you. Your packets are not stapled together, so pay attention to page 2 of everything other than the agenda. Everything else has, I think, more than one page, but the minutes are there, 3 pages long. So if we, hopefully, can have a motion to approve the minutes, if there are no corrections.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the minutes
Second.
of October 16th,
Second.
and Anita, made by Joe, and Anita has seconded. Are there any other comments or discussion? Corrections? Hearing none, we'll take the vote. Joe
Yes.
is a yes. Lorelei, welcome, Lorelei. I haven't welcomed you yet, and I didn't want to ignore you, but
Yeah.
good to see you, and thank you. Anita?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Marilyn is not online. Okay. Jean?
Yes?
Thank you. Marge is a yes. So we pass unanimously. I'm counting Marilyn as absent right now. She may join, let me know if she does join us and I miss out, if somebody would. So, thank you all. And that brings us on to Sandra, the Friends. If she's ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready? All right.
Okay, everyone knows by now that the thrift shop's opening soon. And an exact date, I don't know. It's going to be around Thanksgiving. And we're getting closer and closer. I'm starting to get more and more help. Today I got contacted by a previous volunteer, and she's going to be painting the last room. Originally, we're going to start with painting the rooms, and then putting in the fixtures, and then working in the clothing. It hasn't exactly gone in that order, which doesn't mean it held us up. We're almost doing it in the reverse order. But we're getting closer and closer, and I'm very confident we'll be opening up in 2 or 3 weeks. So it's looking really good, and we've gotten a lot of help from the church. It's wonderful working with the church. And it's a great location, so I hope everyone comes to visit. It'll be in the Action Unlimited, there'll be posters around town, it'll be in the Broadcaster, it'll be in the paper that Nicole puts out. And what is that? The email on Sunday.
E-newsletter.
So, and everybody will be talking about it. So,
I hear people talking about it now, somewhat, but you know
Good.
what? It's going to take a little bit of time to get the word around, spread
yeah,
around.
so
but-
we have to spread the word.
Yes.
But we have men's, women's, young adults, lots of men, Joe, enough to have its own department.
Oh, gee.
Wow.
Yes. So it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. Thanks.
Well, historically, the Friends are well known for a quality thrift shop. I think that's a fair
Yes, it's going
thing.
to be new and gently used.
New and
We haven't
gently.
lowered our standards, and we have a lot of new.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, anybody who's listening, please pass the word to your friends and neighbors and
Yes.
help us get the word
And I'm
out.
trying to spread the word in the high school, too.
Great.
And college kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
It
I
is
think,
exciting.
to know that you're going to be opening up
Yeah.
again.
That's a lot of fun.
Great.
Thanks.
Well, good luck to you.
And thank you, by the way, friends, for sponsoring and helping so much with that Thanksgiving dinner on the 16th. Yes.
Welcome. We just need
Well-
more volunteers to step up.
Well, I was going to say, okay, volunteers, if you're coming to the dinner, I know I will do what I can.
They
but
were
it's hard.
asked to notify Nicole, so I don't know who stepped up. You said earlier that one of the friends contacted
Yeah,
Nicole?
Nicole forwarded to me the name of one person.
Okay, so I'll remind them.
And anyone can help, you know,
Yes,
so
of
just
course.
call anyone, again, watching, if they're interested in just, a little bit of help goes a long way. It's just amazing to see that happen, you know, and so please don't hesitate. Call Nicole and just let her know, and then Sue does a remarkable job at planning and covering all of these events, so it would help.
And I'm out of town for that one.
And you're not even going to be here for that, but she's doing all the work, so, thank you, Sue. So, okay. All right. Anything else, Sandra?
Not that I can think of
Anything else that we can help you with the thrift shop? I know that
Come
the,
on by. I'm there every day. It's just the time fluctuates because I have to work around a lot of other things. And I'm back in PT. I
wow.
can probably thank working at the thrift for that.
oh,
But, so the time fluctuates, but I'm there every day. So it's best if people text me first to make sure
Okay.
they know of the time.
but they could even, yeah, that's best. So
Yeah,
you could,
texting's the best, or just email a friend.
and they could do that, and even actually call the main, Liz just stepped out, but I'm sure if they called Alicia.
I have
Sorry.
I have to get us a number.
Yeah, if they
Really
call the
need it.
office though, somebody, Sue, or somebody could put them in touch with Sandra, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So anybody, you know, that's the way that you can reach Sandra and let her know you're
Right.
willing to
But
step
I
up.
really need to get us a phone.
And then, or let, I don't know if Sue wants to.
Yeah, I'll share afterwards with Sandra.
Okay, we'll
my
coordinate,
email.
they'll
Great.
coordinate it, so
Yep.
that'll be helpful.
Thank you, yes.
We never want to turn away help, and I'm telling you, but, you know, when it comes as a surprise at the last minute, it's just really, really appreciated, so.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right, we're moving right along here. And Liz stepped out, so we're going to skip down to, you want to do the outreach report? I'm not sure who's in for staff. I know Nicole was here, Liz was here, something's come up, and they both have left briefly. I'm sure they're coming back, but we'd welcome to hear from you.
I'll start today.
I thought you were on vacation for some reason.
No.
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 Oh, gee.
No, yep, they just had to step out, so I'll go ahead and do the outreach report
Great.
first.
Great.
Only a few things. We wanted to just make sure people knew that the Good Neighbor Energy Fund is back, and we can look at that for people who might not qualify for SMOC. We can explore that for some energy help with your heating bill. So always give us a call to see if you might qualify or if you want to come in to talk about it. Open enrollment for Medicare is underway, and there are still some appointments with me if you're still looking to check your plans for next year. So people can still give me a call, and I'm just squeezing everybody in and giving everybody the time to look at plans. And then the last thing was just the Loaves and Fishes holiday distribution is going to be on November 20th for pickup at Loaves and Fishes, a drive-through line. So that's on November 20th, and give us a
that's-
call or them if you want more info.
That's full turkey dinner, correct?
Yes, with all the fixins and sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they actually have a choice: turkey, chicken, turkey, chicken, tofurkey, or vegetarian.
Right.
So lots of options. And that's it.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to hear about Loaves and Fishes doing so. They've expanded since days when I used to volunteer there. I mean, they had just 2 categories of dinners, but they've improved that.
More options.
Yeah, better options, so. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. We skipped you.
Thank you. Some of
But
it
not
needed-
that you can be skipped.
Yeah.
So,
Working on something else.
well, I
Going
figured,
on.
I said to our viewers, that both you and Nicole have left, so briefly, so Nicole left her water bottle. and-
Yeah, she'll be back once that's.
Right, we figured that something had come up, and so we just reversed things a little. It worked, it works well, so, and I don't want to rush you, we can move on to
No,
other things.
no.
So would you like to do your
Sure
report?
thing. Let me get my screen shared.
Busy time.
It has been incredibly busy, and I'm sure Alicia might have mentioned it.
Yeah.
You can keep going with all the Shine appointments she's been doing, and just out straight. And Shine for Medicare open enrollment is what's happening right now. Okay, sharing my screen. Okay, so how I usually start this off is I take a look at the numbers with you all. Event sign-ins were down a little bit, but that is explained by one of our most popular fitness classes.
Oh.
That happens 3 times, twice of one class and then a second separate class has been on hold for the entire month. So
But
we
it's
lost-
coming back
But it's coming back.
this week.
Yes, it is coming back. We're thrilled to have our instructor back in action. So, but we did see a hit in our participation due to that, unfortunately.
I'm sure. But she's a very popular
Oh yeah,
participant in our programming.
her class easily brings in 20 people each time. Transportation numbers are holding steady. Our outreach numbers are up over last month. Over 60 outreach interactions and unduplicated numbers, a new high for this past fiscal year. I'm probably going to attribute that also to Shine and open enrollment, and that is all of the additional folks that are coming in. I'm seeing some new faces, brand new younger seniors who have not been with us before, but are looking into their Medicare options.
That's exciting.
So that's our numbers for that month, for October. Screen sharing has stopped, okay. So next in my list here, I submitted 2 grants last week. Both were for the MCOA/EOEA Service Incentive Grants funding. Each were for $10,000. One was for Caregiver Respite Financial Aid Program, and the other one was for enhancing our current meal site program. So fingers crossed that we are able to receive both of those $10,000 grants just to enhance what we're currently doing. The Caregiver Financial Aid would be brand new to us before, or brand new to us as we haven't done it before, but through the program, if we're able to do it, a caregiver would be able to apply for financial assistance for in-home help or adult day health services, up to $1,000 per care recipient. So fingers crossed on that one. The EHS budget has been submitted. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with two members of the Finance Committee, Jerry and Jenna, I believe, and we'll be reviewing what I had put in for the budget. It's mainly level funded, but adjusted for inflation in different areas for food costs, for the diner, for different purchase services, office supplies, things like that. No major grand purchases, as this next year coming up is going to be a little bit of a transition, as we'll be breaking ground in March.
Yeah.
So it will be a little bit of an unknown what we're actually going to need while we're in the construction process. On top of all of that going on, our poor van had some issues this past month. The one that we own, our Littleton van, got a flat tire while driving around town. So we had to purchase a new tire, and then it did not pass inspection because of its tailpipe was too rusty. So we had to get a new tailpipe onto our van, but it has now passed inspection. It's back on the road. Major thank you to Neil Campbell, our driver, and Sam Palmer, our driver, who coordinated all of the maintenance, all of the going back and forth to the inspection sites and the garages. They were a huge help with all of this. And of course, Nicole for helping schedule their time. And then last on my list,
Quite a monkey in the wrench.
a monkey wrench, yeah.
Whoa, I was thinking about it, really disruptive. You know.
It really is. When you have a manifest of,
Right.
you have to be here and there, and then you have a flat tire. Luckily, the time it happened, it was when there was a break in the schedule and we were able to go to Town Fair Tire, pretty much immediately get a tire put on right then and there. So, whew. But
Right.
luckily, it wasn't a day when we had an absolutely packed schedule.
Now, going forward, did you put a new van into this budget, or are you waiting for another year?
Waiting another year.
One more year?
So in end of November, beginning of December is the grant opening period for the MassDOT grant for a new van, which would pay 80% of a new vehicle from their approved list. I am going to be applying for that, so I'm hoping we can get that grant, and then the 20% we would already have from the Friends and from our transportation gift fund, and we wouldn't actually need to use the money I requested in the FY26 capital improvement plan for a new van flat out.
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
wonderful?
Yeah. I don't know if we will be eligible because we did receive that MassDOT grant back in 2017, which purchased this van that had the troubles lately. They said we could apply. I don't know if that will put us at the bottom of the list though. But
Well,
we'll see.
Yeah, but if you
Nothing
don't ask,
ventured,
you don't
that's
know.
right.
Exactly.
nothing
exactly.
ventured, nothing gained.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they have brand new electric vehicles now that weren't an option back in 2016 when the first grant was being written, so maybe. And then last on my list, received an email from Gary Wilson on the select board congratulating everyone involved in the senior center building project, because last Monday night at the select board meeting, we received our final stamp of approval and we are good to go and break ground. So I just wanted to share from Gary his congratulations to all of you.
That was a good night
That was
for us sitting there.
Yeah, I was looking on the.
That was a good night.
Maybe we could just, well, let's finish the reports and not get things confused. We'll go back to the senior update on that and talk a little bit more about it in a minute, maybe. So, but, Nicole, we got the outreach done when you were both gone.
Oh, good.
And now you came back, so we're in good shape here.
I wanted to thank Sue again for all of her hard work in organizing all of the helpers, and thank all of the helpers who offer to help and continue to offer to help. I'm so grateful to you, Sue. Every time I see her, I just want to hug her because it's such a huge load off of my shoulders to not have to do that. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As Sue mentioned, we have our big Friendsgiving dinner on Thursday. Charlie's been hard at work, meal planning and shopping. We have 83 people signed up as of this afternoon. And again, if you're able to help, clean up, set up, serve, I would be very grateful. Liz, I think I missed some of yours, so if I repeat, I'm sorry. Our Veterans Luncheon was a big success last week. We had 32 people in attendance, along with police, fire, and Gary Wilson was there. We want to thank Bridges in Westford for catering. The food was very good. As expected, our annual Night Lights trip to the Botanical Garden is full with a wait list. This has been our most popular trip for the past 3 years, so we're excited to go. Our Gentle Yoga with Jenny is continuing for the month of November. That's been really well received. Book Buddies is also continuing. I have a lot of open spots. So if anyone is interested in reading to a Shaker Lane student, please give me a call. I'd really love to fill these spots and be able to continue for the rest of the school year. And coming up, we have Todd Goodwin is coming on the 22nd. He is doing, he's a really great storyteller who's been here a few times. He's doing stories from the Studebaker. So that should be fun. We also have breakfast bingo at the beginning of December. It's going to be bingo with a hot breakfast, and it's going to be all breakfast themed prizes. So that'll be really fun. And starting in December, we're going to have our mitten tree outside of the elevator for anyone who wants to donate mittens or gloves. These are going to be dropped off at Shaker Lane School at the end of their winter break. And coming up at the beginning of the year, which I can't believe we're already talking about, anyone who came to our posture program with Steve Shane, who advertises in our newsletter, will be excited to hear that he's returning for a 6-week balance workshop called Fall Proof. That's going to start in January.
I gotta do that.
So lots of exciting stuff coming up. Thank you everyone for all your help with all of our programs.
Thank you, Nicole. That's a great program. It sounds like a great program, that Fall Proof program. So, yeah, exciting to hear about. Any questions for anyone, for any one of the three of them? No? Just congratulations to everybody. It's amazing. Once again, I say it every month, but it just always is amazing, you know, when I hear this month it was, you know, our numbers maybe in as far as participation were down, but then the outreach numbers continue to go up type of thing, you know, it's just always amazing to me, so, and I'm sure it is to all of the board members. All right, any other comments about the reports or questions for anybody?
I make a motion that we approve the 3 reports that we just heard.
Second.
A second, Susan, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we will take a vote. Joe
Yes.
is a yes. Lorelei? Oop, did she step away from the screen?
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, just didn't see you, hon. Thank you.
Mommy, what's your mom?
Oh.
Did he vote yes too?
Yeah, that's a little girl, I picked the youngest. So, Anita?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
And Marge is a yes. And we have, the other 3 are out. So, thank you. Okay, moving right along. Let's go back briefly. We have on our agenda the update regarding the senior center project, and I just want to highlight again last Monday night. It was the most exciting night, I think, in so long that we've had. And I want to thank the board members for being present to celebrate that evening. You know, it was really great news. And it's happening, folks. It's really going to happen.
That's right.
We've had so many doubts along the way and everything, but just hang in there until about March, right? We're anticipating March. I think that's what they're anticipating. They're going to be able to break ground.
Yes. Yes.
So, and everything should be pretty well organized. They're already going to be starting to order some of the items that take months to obtain so that they're ready for when, you know, they need them, and trying to plan ahead. So I was really impressed with Neil, what's his name?
Brian?
Brian
Forrest.
for his presentation that night. He did a great job, I
He
thought.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
And it's, to me, very reassuring to know that they have such confidence in the builders. The builder is the builder that built the library, for people, our audience that don't know this. And they were very pleased with that performance of that builder and the participation, and we have the same builder for our building. Correct? Is that right?
That is right, yep.
Anybody else have anything to offer that was there? Because we were all there.
I can just say when they were building the library staff once a month catered to them snacks once a month, and the builders went wild. They were like looking forward to it, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, that would be
Con them with sweets.
That's great knowledge.
a great thing
Oh,
to
that's
do.
good.
to know.
That's good to know.
Yes, it is. So we will have to remember that.
We can all step up and bake cookies or
Oh,
brownies
yes,
or
I'm
something.
sure we can find ways to do that. That's a great, thank you.
They enjoyed it tremendously.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
And it's my understanding that they're going to be, their hot office is going to be right behind the tennis courts in the house
In
there.
that house, yeah.
So they're going to be, easily communicated with.
Right. So that, I think it's 31 Shattuck Street, the house that we purchased as part of this whole process. It's currently being winterized, winter-ready, because it will be unoccupied for the next couple months. The tenant who was in there has moved out completely. And I believe Commodore and Vertex will be moving in February 2024, about a month before groundbreaking, to kind of establish their operations there. And like, as Marge said, ordering all of the things that have long lead times, procuring supplies and everything that's necessary for the build. But it's all very exciting, and we'll have to, maybe at the next meeting, organize a groundbreaking ceremony.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That will be very
Yeah, for
exciting.
sure.
Yes, so. It's great news, everybody. Pass the word. Anybody that's listening, get the word out there. So it's actually a reality. I think all of us had doubts at many, many times over the past how many years? So.
Many, many years.
Many, many years, that's right. So. Okay. And are there any other comments or information items that need to be shared regarding the senior tax relief program that we did?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes,
She's
I
our
wanted to-
assessor now, also COA board member. So,
I'd also like to acknowledge that Nicole and I met and Sue with the TREAD program last week, and we had little over $21,000 to spend for the clients, and we had 16 clients. And we were able to spend all that money and help 16 people. It took a while to sort out who was the most needy and, in between, but once we all sat down and looked at all the numbers that Nicole always is great in giving us, so that we know, without knowing who the people are or where they live, we know that it's an applicant 1 or applicant 2, and we know their income and their expenses, and we figure it from there. And that money goes directly against their tax bill. So we helped 16 people this year, and that was really great. And on the other tax relief, we held our dinner last month. And we had 40 people come. And we've heard from a couple of people that they're interested in signing up. One is signing up for senior work hours and a couple of, exemptions. And I heard from the assessor's office, a couple other people came in and took applications. So maybe, the word will get out slow, but it will get out. And the people who were there may spread it if it doesn't affect them. But I think it was a big success, and I thank everybody for putting it up on Facebook and everywhere else that you guys were able to get it out there. So we'll probably do it again. It sounds like we'll be doing it again at least once next year. If we don't do it spring and winter, we will do at least the fall. So, and they can still apply after they get their tax bills this year. And the word is from the assessor's office that tax bills are going up. So,
oh, surprise, surprise.
surprise, surprise, they did not go down.
But the tax
The
rate.
tax rate did
Did
drop $2.
The tax rate. didn't-
So that's a good sign, because had the tax rate not dropped, it would have been a very sad year. But they were able to drop the tax rate by $2, so.
That helped.
Yeah, so I think the increase Kathy was saying there shouldn't be more than a $100 to $200 increase on the taxes from last year. So that's not really
Earth too sh-
it's not
earth-shattering.
too hard to take,
Right.
but once in a while, it'd be nice to see them go down. And
That day may come someday.
I doubt it.
I don't think it's gonna come in the next couple of years.
And that's all I have.
Great. Well, when I think back to, all of us are concerned and worried about the TREAD program and having money enough, and so
Oh, yes.
I just feel so grateful to all the people. And the $21,000 to spend is not that we had more money, but
By law,
by law, they have to save some and set some aside.
25% has to be saved
Yeah.
to go towards the next year.
So,
But without the people, the Rotary and the Friends donating, we never would have had the success that we did this year. It wouldn't, because we started off with a very low amount.
Right.
And,
A lot of thanks.
yeah, so we're going to put it out there all year long, asking the Friends to ask people to donate. We can't ask for donations, but we can ask the Friends to be out there.
I'm gonna put flyers in the thrift shop too.
Oh, that's good.
Wonderful idea, thank you.
That's good.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
So often it's just a question of getting the word out. People really are kind, so many people are,
Yeah.
and generous.
Because maybe, like you said, in the thrift shop, could end up like Ed's Weenies.
Yeah.
People would just throw in $1 or a buck,
never
and
know.
gradually it grows. You know,
It does. Okay, thank you.
So, thank you.
Yes. Any other comments under the tax relief effort? And we'll have to keep that in mind as we move into the new year and set some new projects for ourselves. So. Okay, new business. Board member updates. So, I think I know Sue
Sue's
has-
at it again.
Sue's been at it again, yes, she's quite active.
She's a busy girl.
She is, so.
Yeah, I am at it again. Well, I've got a couple of things under updates. One is in my role as the rep to Affordable Housing Trust. And that has to do with the Senior Housing Roundtable that, as I said previously, is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I need some help setting up chairs, so if anybody wants to come by at 12:30 and help me set up, I'd appreciate it. And a little bit of information on that roundtable. There will be local real estate agents here from Littleton talking. There will be a rep from CHAPA, which is the Citizens Housing and Planning Association. And that association provides information and advocacy for low-income rental and home ownership. And that person will be explaining the whole lottery process. And this is all tied into 550 King Street, the old IBM site. So there will be a representative from Lepoli's company explaining size of units and numbers and things with that. Timing on it also. One good thing, if you can't make the meeting, LCTV is taping it, so it will be available on LCTV afterwards. So there's lots of people giving lots of information, but they also want input from seniors. There's one part of the agenda that's asking for seniors to give some input, and obviously question and answer time too. I think that takes care of that one. And then my other one, in my role as Minuteman Senior Services rep, they have started a new thing on our monthly Board of Directors meetings, highlighting, like, we get maybe 5 minutes, but hey, take it, to highlight each town's COA. So I met with Liz and we talked about the kinds of things we want to highlight from Littleton. I'm supposedly on the schedule for their meeting in December.
No.
So the idea is to just talk about the COA, programming, priorities, and unique challenges. So obviously, the senior center is going to be high on my list to talk about. And I think that's it. I think if I look all my all my notes to myself, I think I covered everything.
I'm just chuckling because before the meeting started, just so people know it, I was teasing her about her notes, so.
Yeah, well, if you want, no.
Hey, she can manage them, and that's her style, so it's fine.
That's my style. I'm not as organized as some people might be.
No. And I think that's great that you're going to highlight, the senior center. I think Littleton has a lot to be proud of finally getting.
Right.
I mean, there are still towns that do not have senior centers.
Oh, yeah. Last month, at the Board of Directors meeting, Carlisle was the town highlighted, and their representative said, their department is 2 offices, and that's it. They don't even have rooms for COA programming events. They have to use the schools or churches or wherever they can find spaces. And he said, we've been trying for years to get a senior center, but it hasn't happened yet.
I just am struck and amazed by that. Carlisle is quite a nice town, let's say.
Yeah. But,
I was so surprised to hear that about
we're
Carlisle.
extremely lucky, and I think we realize that, but it has been after a long time.
Joe, you can
Right.
attest to that, right?
Yeah.
You were a select board member, right?
For all those years.
All those years, up
those
until
years,
recently,
right.
yes.
There was always a reason to put it in the back burner.
Right.
Of course.
Right, always, every year. Not enough money this year, maybe next year.
So,
Right.
But it happened,
it did.
and it's, right.
Perseverance pays off. See?
Right.
So, anyway, thank you.
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, you can interrupt us if you think of something else.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly.
Do we have a name for the senior center yet?
Well, no, we don't, but people have asked me that, and I was going to mention that. I think there people are
Is it the
wondering.
center?
The center at Shattuck Street, I
Is
thought
that what
was
it
the
is?
name.
That's the working name at the moment, the center on Shattuck Street, but
I'm hearing,
officially,
yes.
I don't know yet.
I know, there was talk in the past, and I've heard talk in the past, long past ago, about, not naming it after, no buildings, none of the buildings in Littleton have ever been named really after a person, and so that maybe, except the library is now, the Reuben Horn Library, correct. But most things are named by the street they're on, or whatever, so, and I think that the senior center, I mean, that's what has been going on, and we're gonna have to, until the select board decide otherwise, we're gonna have to just
The
hang in there
center.
and see what happens,
Shattuck Street.
so to speak, right?
I like
But I know some people at the tax relief luncheon, I sat at a table where one of the people I had not met before, and she asked me, is there gonna be a name for the senior center? And I said, oh, that's still to be determined, nobody knows, so. Yeah. But anyway, and who knows? Down the road, right? Okay. Anyone else have an update from anything that you've been doing? Or would like to mention and express gratitude for, or anything along the line, so. No. Okay, we're gonna move on then to finally maybe putting our review of the rules and regulations to rest. So I hope I got the revised, corrected copy of the rules and regs out early enough for you all to go over them. I sent them out Saturday, Friday, I think, last week. And Liz reformatted them for me. Thank you for doing that. I'm not skilled with that kind of work in Word. So what's the feedback? The last time we talked about everything, and the last update was on the 16th, last month in October, when we changed the very end of the, yep. So, Are there any questions or comments or what?
I have some, well, corrections or
Whatever.
comments
No.
or
Hey,
whatever.
listen, do that.
On the first page, under Article 3, membership,
Yeah,
3.1.1,
1.1.
3.1.1, it should be Select Board instead of Board of Selectmen. And that's twice in
Oh,
that sentence, or in that section.
Select board, you're right. Thank you.
And on the third page, under Article 6, 6.4, it's a typo. It was just the end of that got repeated, the end of the sentence. It says, and shall be an ex officio member of all committees.
And then it
And
says,
Oh,
then it
yes.
repeats it.
yeah,
That's minor, obviously.
Period.
yeah.
Right, should be
And then
just a
delete.
period there and then delete the rest of that.
And I just noticed on mine, there's a line under, next to Article 4 that probably could be
Yeah.
eliminated on
Yeah.
page, the second page.
Oh, yeah.
Just delete that, as long as we have to go in and just get rid of that. Can we do that?
I could not get that line to delete no matter.
Oh, you have trouble doing those things too. Oh.
Just that one tiny
All
line.
right, we'll leave it. We'll leave that, so leave it alone.
A
Doesn't matter.
decorative
Okay, that's fine.
addition.
Looks good.
Thanks.
Okay,
I
you're
figured
right.
we're gonna hole punch maybe like in that area.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine. I'm glad to hear that you can't, I can't.
I don't know what it is.
So-
I can't click
Yes.
it, edit it, nothing.
Then I had another question.
Okay, let's shoot.
Under Article 6, 6.2. Officers of the COA Board shall be elected at the annual COA meeting by a majority vote of members present. And we'd already said back before that, that annual meeting would take place on our first meeting at the start of the new fiscal year.
In 5-4.
Yes, we didn't say what month, because what if for some reason we didn't have a July meeting and our first meeting was in August? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could. So at the end of 6.2, majority vote of members present and will take office at the end of the annual meeting.
Oh, okay, you
Instead of the
eliminate
July.
July, yep.
The annual
At the
meeting.
annual meeting, rather than July.
Okay.
And then that doesn't catch us with July.
You are a good proofreader.
Oh, that's good reading.
I know, isn't she? Gee.
Give you a copy of the broadcaster.
Yeah, that was floating around upstairs. She needed someone to edit it, so you should have brought it down.
I should have.
Next time, Susan,
And-
expect to see it.
And you would have also had it for our table
yeah.
if you had,
I think I had something else too, but now I have to see what, oh,
Here we go.
then, I know this is the article that we were supposed to concentrate on, which was Article 8, enrolls,
right?
which is on the fourth page.
Yep.
So I have a question. The beginning, the town administrator appoints the director of elder human services, subject to approval of the COA. I didn't think we were approval.
And you need to get that fixed. This should be select board, not board of
Oh,
selectmen.
yes, and the select board there too.
And I did not bring, oh, maybe I did. Hold on. I do have my- Because I think in the MOA, maybe?
Oh,
That might
okay.
come from the MOA, which we need to ultimately discuss about, select board. Right. But I think that might be the case. You want to-
But my understanding was that we've interviewed people and we made a recommendation to the select board, but not.
However, it does come, the wording exactly
Came
comes
from the MOU?
the MOA.
MOA. sorry.
MOA, on page 1, under town administrator, says, "The town administrator appoints the director, subject to approval of the COA, and the Board of Selectmen. And that means, because we interview,
Right.
and then we recommend, but we do recommend. We don't, it's like a board member, we don't have the authority to, but we have, usually they listen to us. When we recommend that you either appoint this person to the board or not.
But the way this, I know, if it's the wording in there, but
It is.
approval.
Be subject to the advisement.
We'd have to talk to the select board, I think, because.
Yeah, because that's an
this is
MOA.
the MOA.
If you have an MOA, the MOA is signed by both the board and then I think this
Right.
would pass.
Yeah,
To do
It
that,
is.
you have to go through a whole thing that
You
was
gotta
done
go
through
through it.
town council, how long
And
ago?
that's done in 2013,
Yeah.
and the signatures are on the last page.
Yeah.
So it's a bigger process,
Right.
but we'll have to take that under advisement right now, maybe, because I don't think, we don't have the authority to change our rules and regs. I mean, we
No,
can
we
change
can't.
the Board of Selectmen, we can do that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. If the
And
MOA
say-
uses
Yeah,
the phrase approval of the COA, okay?
yeah, it does, that's where it came from, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's right on the first page.
Okay.
But good,
That's why I had the question.
That's a good question. Well, all questions are good, actually.
And
So, yes. Okay. We have already voted on this, but we
I
need to
know.
technically take a vote just to make these corrections about this. Most of them are, I think all of them are just about the select board. Changing Board of
Right,
Selectmen to select board.
And at the end of annual meeting instead of July
And,
and
okay.
one sentence.
So why don't you, we need to take a vote on it again, just to be legal, so. You want to make that motion? You just did, actually.
Okay,
That's
I
all.
move-
Anybody, first of all, let me just say, anybody have anything else to comment on? No? Okay. I think I might be able to make these two without involving you this time. So we'll see. Anyway, go ahead, please.
I move that we accept our, what it's called, rules and regulations for the Council on Littleton Council on Aging with the suggested changes? Or do you want me to list what
No,
those were?
well, we should say it's changing Board of Selectmen to Select Board and,
Changing reference to the Board of Selectmen to the Select Board, changing the wording at the end, to the end of the July, to the end of the annual meeting rather than the July meeting,
yeah.
and taking out a repetitive end of a sentence. That
Oh, yeah.
and shall be ex officio
Yeah.
members of all committees was in there twice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Okay.
second that.
Anita seconding. Susan made the motions and Anita seconded. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, we will take that vote. Joe?
Yes.
Thank you. Lorelei? Hello? We'll come back to her. Anita?
Yes.
She there?
Right.
Okay, thank you. Susan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
And Marge is a yes. All right. We'll fix that, and I think we'll be done.
Okay.
With the rules and regs and revising those. And we can, food for thought, whether we want to proceed into the new year about, the MOA. Take a look at that. I'm just a recommendation, we're not going to
Right.
get back, but take a look at the MOU. It's in your manual. And read it and see if you think we need to.
That's
do
a,
that.
that's a big deal thing.
It
now
is a
going
big deal. It's going to
Through
take.
council and everything.
Yeah.
And I think I was the one that brought it up last month, that we needed to look at the two, because,
Yeah.
look at it, because,
Right, it's just gonna take some time for
and
that
there's
to happen.
pieces in there that need to be,
And we might wanna just feel our way with that in the coming year, given the changes. Littleton's very progressive, but things are gonna be changing probably a little, so if we're gonna do it, we need to.
well, I think the select board at one of their recent meetings said they were going to start looking at all of the MOAs and MOUs with
I think I
all
heard that
the
too.
groups, because they were
Yeah.
saying they have a lot out there.
Yes.
Right.
So
Thank
they
you.
could start with us.
And
This
some
is
appear to
true.
be outdated.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, ours is the 2013.
That's
Yeah.
pretty,
That's outdated.
Right.
That's pretty
10
outdated.
So, we're going into the 24th, so,
Yeah.
11 years we'll be,
So
We
maybe
could
they
We could ask the select board to
They
put
could
a
start with us.
priority. You're right, wait, yeah, so, okay. Good, thank you, Susan, for being so astute.
Diligent.
Diligent, yes, good word. Okay, let's see.
Picky.
No, very, very good, you catch things. So, we will bring this
Send
back.
her that broadcaster right now.
Yes. Okay.
I'll look at that tonight.
If your email accepts it.
Yes, and I hear there's a select board meeting tonight. I'm not too sure what's on the agenda. I missed that.
I think it's just the interviews for the TA.
Yes.
Not TA?
It's the TA interviews.
Yeah,
Okay, that maybe I looked
5
at.
o'clock in the Sturts room.
Okay. I know.
It starts at 5.
Yes, I know Amber was mentioning that to me. That, yes.
And they'll
3
vote,
candidates.
they'll vote at the end, right? To pick one?
Are they
Or
voting
not.
tonight?
They've done it both ways in the past.
They have done it both ways, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a vote tonight.
Really?
It's been a long time in the works, it seems.
Since March.
Since March?
We haven't had a.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
Okay,
Of course, you still, if they hire somebody, it'd take, what, another 4 to 6 weeks before the person would show up anyway. Probably the first of the year now.
I hope she realized, excuse me, but I just realized Sandra left her coat here.
That's mine.
Oh, that's yours, okay.
I don't know what that black thing is on the seat, but the coat's mine.
Okay.
So Sandra might have left something.
All right, do we have any other business that needs to come before the board today? Put your thinking caps on, for next month is December, and then we enter the new year. And at that point, so between now and January, I think we need to be thinking about looking at our role and what we feel would be important things to, and approaches as far as maybe things that we want to focus on for the new year, and have a discussion about that.
And along that line, I keep going back to when you and Joe and I were in
yes.
Fitchburg.
Yep.
And the fact that I don't think, my own opinion, that we don't want to be a board like a lot of those that we saw, that they come in, they sign the minutes, and they go home,
Right.
and they're not personally involved in anything that's going on. And I think it's important that when we become board members, we're not just here to approve and disapprove and sign things. We're here to get involved in doing whatever needs to be done to promote the COA, the EHS, our director, and all of our programs. So I would like to look at it as maybe we, not necessarily break into committees, but find something that is important to us with the programs that are going on and support them and get involved with a particular program. Like you're involved with Stretch and Flex, and I'm involved with line dancing. But I mean, well, hello.
Or you do the highlight show. Don't forget that too.
But I think if every board member takes on some program and advertises it and gets out there and works with it, it shows the community the involvement that we have.
Well, and it's like having the Loving Stitches group, the
Right.
knitting group, and all that stuff. So yes, you need to participate, and all that needs to be in a way of supporting the director and the staff
Absolutely.
and what they're trying to
Right.
accomplish, because that is our main job, is to work with the director and the staff.
Yeah, and this is something that just came up. I'm part of the St. Vincent de Paul, and we do coats and hats for all the kids that we've helped all year long. And because I knew Loving Stitches knitted and knitted and knitted and knitted and knitted all year long, I went to
For
Marge.
charities.
Yes, for charities. I went to Marge and said, do you think that the knitters would like to make hats for all of the kids that we support. And I'm telling you, it was within 24 hours she got back to me. And in 1 week, I needed 16 hats. In 1 week, I had 8, and I got 8. I got 4 more today,
That's one right there.
and here's one right here.
Burning.
So I only need 2 more, and all the kids that we support will have a hat and mittens
To go with their coats.
to go with their coats. And the coats were all donated by the Knights of Columbus. So it was a great effort for all different
Good.
organizations to get involved in.
To work together.
That's what I'm talking about, everybody working together doing things. So,
It's teamwork. Good. Teamwork.
thanks to the Loving Stitches.
Well, and it's just, it applies to everything. It applies to, being a team with the friends.
Right.
And all of that. So we have to figure out more ways, I think, that we can facilitate that next year. So put your thinking caps on, that's all. And when you have a spare minute with the holidays coming. So, but you never know when a light bulb is going to come on. You just don't know. So, okay. If there's no other business, I will consider a motion to adjourn.
So moved. I second it.
Motion made by Susan, seconded by Anita. Any further discussion? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I will
Yes.
take a vote before we adjourn formally. Joe,
Yes.
thank you. Lorelei. Got you. I saw your mouth go. Anita?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
And Marge is a yes. So we are officially